All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle, elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Now, I want to get into the scriptures real quick here. I dope this. 2/3 have sold out for death. The ways of the heathen. Okay, let's jump into this real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 14 and verse 12. There's a way which seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Okay, and 2/3 they seem to love this society. They don't even seem to love this society. They love this society, okay? They love the ways of Esau, Edom. They love, what Esau, Edom has to offer, okay? But when it comes to the way of the Lord, they look upon it. That's why the Lord said that. Let me go to this real quick before I jump into that. Ezekiel 3 and 17. No, wait, Salakia. 33. Oops. Let's go into this real quick. What did the Lord say here? Ezekiel 33 and 17. Yet the children of thy people say, the way of the Lord is not equal. But as for them, their way is not equal. Okay? So, 2/3, they know not the way of righteousness, man. They reject it. Okay? So, the way that they see that Esau, Edom, and these other nations are living, they love it. It's sweet to their palate. So, they have what? They have sold out for death. Okay? Because the ways of the heathen, Esau, Edom, those are the ways of death. Okay? And the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is which what leadeth unto life. Okay? Malachi chapter 3 and 14. Ye have said, it is vain to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before Yahweh of hosts? And now we call the proud happy, yea, they that work wickedness are set up, yea, they that tempt God are even delivered. So they look at these other nations and they say, what the hell is the sense of us walking mournfully like you guys, refraining ourselves from doing the actions of this world, selling out to our flesh? What value is that to us? We're gonna die one day, okay? And we don't see Yahweh. We don't, as for this Yahweh, just like they said here, Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 16, Salakia. As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of Yahweh, we will not hearken unto thee. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, and our princes, in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then we had plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things, and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. Okay? So this is why they said, as for the word of Yahweh, we don't want no parts of it, man. Remember, when they're in Egypt, they just escaped all that destruction. They said, what? Numbers 11 and 5. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. Okay? So, this is the mindset of our people. A route has been given unto them to walk, but yet they're thoroughly rejecting their power, okay? Pushing them off day by day. Jeremiah chapter 2 and 11. Have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. Yeah, the ways of the heathen, man. Okay? That's not going to profit you in that. The ways of the heathen don't lead on to salvation, man. They lead on to destruction, death. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, right? These other nations are as dead flies, dead water, okay, stagnant, and hewed them out, cisterns, broken cisterns that could hold no water, okay? And that's the philosophies of these other nations. You see Jake out there as Muslims, Buddha, everything underneath the sun but his own. Okay? Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Yeah, because Israel loves to look out. Remember when we had required, the 2/3 have required, when they were looking out at these other nations, they begged, was it Samuel? They said, look at these other nations. They got kings and whatnot. We want some too. Okay? Yeah. 1 Samuel chapter 8 and 5 and 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. Okay? So this thing displeased him. But because, here we are, we're giving the best. Yeah, how about Shemi Shai is giving us commandments, but yeah, you're looking for, kings to rule over you, looking out at the other nations. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto Yahweh. Okay? So you see, our people are fully fucked up in their mind, man. This is why it said that, yeah, they're a homeborn slave, man. They wanna go for the ways of the heathen. Okay? When they have the best way. Jeremiah chapter 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Right. Why are you trimming your way to fucking go link up with the heathens, man? Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways, man. And you see, Israel, they don't, I just went into that. They don't understand, man. This is for us. This is not for the rest of the world. Okay? First Maccabee chapter 1 and 11. In those days went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Going back into Jeremiah 44, starting from the 16th verse, right? So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Okay? And when you go up more, it says, verse 41, Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. And you could go on to read the rest. Okay? So, what's up with Israel? You nuts? You going crazy? You 2/3? Slakia. Why are you selling out for the ways of the heathen, man? Second Maccabee chapter, and this is nothing new. Second Maccabee chapter 4 and 10. Which when the king had granted and had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion, and the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid. He took away and putting down the governments which were according to the law. He brought up new customs against the law, for he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat. Reminds me of that guy Hakar or whatever. Now such was the height of Greek fashion, and the increase of heathenish manner, through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, that the priests had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hasten to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise after the game of Diacus called them forth, not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all, by reason wherefore sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things. And this is, oh wait, hold on. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, but the time following shall declare these things. Okay? Main point, they earnestly desire to be like the heathens, doing everything like the heathens. Okay? Not setting the honor of their fathers in front of them and saying, yo, let's walk this way, not that way. That way is unrighteous. Okay? Those are the ways of death. Okay? Those are the ways of the heathen. Right? But guess what they did? They sold out. 2/3 have sold out for death. They look at the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and they say that's grievous unto man. We can't take that road. We can't make that walk. You know? This is why it shows that it's only given to a few. Okay? It's only given to a few, man. It's not given to the whole, congregation. So, hey, with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified. Lord willing, to the next time. Abad Babal. Shalom Akim.